this is the thing that we've talked about for a long time, right? Like how we are becoming more and more isolated.
Right.
And you brought this up again the other night about what did you say it about? You said, streaming services.
Yeah.
You said this is yet another thing like social media that has separated us because used to there were 3 channels or whatever it was and everyone was talking about Dallas, the new episode or something.
Yeah, when the new shows came out in the summer, we were all talking about more comedies coming. This is coming. We had this collective thing that we all kind of watched and got together
did at the same time.
Right,
Yeah.
but now even the John Wick movies, which were big, some people haven't seen. Like we don't even have a collective cultural connection anymore. So we're fucked.
And so that was my point: is that we're so isolated, so we're not in community anymore.
Right.
So when bad things like this happen, people aren't thinking, how can I work together to fix this with my neighbors or whatever? It's everyone is out for themselves.
Yeah.
That guy hauling ass through that 6-way intersection, that was about him not wanting to sit and wait. It's never thinking about what other people are going through, and it's kind of terrifying.
And we've also played to the primal mammalian brain, but these guys, Andrew Tates and Rogans and everybody are like, just fuck them, man. Yeah, man, be man up, dude. So fuck everybody. Well, no, that doesn't work. We've seen how fuck everybody works throughout history, and what is happening is a lot of people die.
Yeah,
a lot of things go horribly wrong. A lot of people lose everything, and together. So we watched last night. There was a hospital in Sylmar, right? It was a hospital in Sylmar, and all these old folks got brought out, people we were going to go drive over and volunteer, but then we thought, well, when we saw a bunch of volunteers show up, we thought, okay, we're going to just make it worse.
Not be the people.
We've offered friends to stay at our house. Do me a favor, people. Do your best to help everybody else. Here's what it does. It spread that as fuck you spreads as a virus. What do you need? Spreads as a virus.
Yeah.
So do me a favor when you can. Especially right now, because I'm telling you, the next 4 years are going to be unimaginable. The clown car of douchebags that this man is going to put in charge, it's going to be unimaginable. The stuff that America does. And the problem is, it's not just affecting us.
Yeah.
It's affecting the world.
Yeah.
We've got, you know what he said today about Israel? He said,
reading all of it.
He goes, if they don't release those hostages, all hell's going to break loose in the Middle East. I want to go, hey man, get in line. All hell's been breaking loose in the Middle East for 1,200 years before Christ. But good, now that you're gonna make it a nightmare. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. He said when he was president, everything was good. We had no wars. We defeated ISIS. We had no wars.
Everything was good.
Now I'm going into a world burning with Russia, Ukraine, with Israel. As you know, we were in no wars. I just finished a couple. This is actually false. There were dozens of unresolved wars and armed conflicts. We were still deployed in combat missions in Afghanistan and Iraq. And then he did not withdraw those troops under his own presidency.
They were in
as you may recall.
They were in Raqqa.
Civil wars in Syria, Yemen, and Somalia continued, as did Ethiopia's region. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict was ongoing. I think it's been going on for a long time.
Yeah. Jesus was like, hey man, are we going to fix this?
Are
we going to fix this Palestine?
There's a hole right there.
Conflicts between Israel and Hezbollah and Lebanon, Israel and Syria, and Israel and Iran, Islamic insurgents in Africa's Sahel region, Mexico's drug wars, Ukraine and pro-Russian forces in Ukraine's Donbass region, blah, 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 blah.
And domestically, we had an uptick we should look at the stats. Under Trump, we had an uptick in violent crime.
Yep.
Yes.
Across the board.
Murders and
was
hate
it
crimes.
Migrant crime?
No, it was actually white supremacists.
I call it migrant. Everything is done by migrants and Biden. He did say, he keeps saying over and over that about migrants. They release them from their jails, their prisons, and their mental institutions and insane asylums. Because those
mental
are
institutions and insane asylums.
No, insane asylum is not something we say at all anymore. So but he says it like it's new.
So when people who promoted the man fact check his first big speech before he takes over, and they go, everything he said was a fucking lie. Yeah. You got to scream sanity, people. You got to tell people, hey.
So they asked him to back up his claim and reached out to his presidential campaign at the time to corroborate it, and they were unable to provide any evidence for this lie about mental health facilities.
Can't we do something? We need something.
I'm sorry. The reality is, if you go back to why the mental health facilities are closed, It goes back to Ronald Reagan in in the 80s. Ronald Reagan closed all the mental health facilities, and that's part of the reason we have a major homeless problem now. We had state-run mental health facilities. We don't anymore.
He could see the future. That was...
Yeah, right, yes.
Well, I could see.
He lies
Donald
about
Trump.
how many miles of wall were built and doesn't mention how most of those don't touch.
And it was replacement. I think he built like 30 miles, 33 miles, but 450 total, but it was all replaced. Yep. I don't understand. I don't understand. and as you can see in the Armageddon update, I don't understand how we're here again.
I don't either.
I have
I feel
a theory.
crazy.
It's like the fact that you talk about this isolationism thing and social media and, streaming services, and it's all separated us. We're all cocooned, but it's all creating this fear. Yeah. Everyone's got a little level of fear.
Definitely, yeah.
And then every time as human nature, when we are in fear, we start to look to the strong man. We start to look to, somebody
fear
who's
of
going
the
to...
other.
It's what Hitler did. Germany was going through a horrible economic time.
Somebody did a bit about that.
Yeah, someone's doing a bit in their new show.
Brown person from over there.
Yeah. We, they, them. We should put we, they, them up again.
Great.
Let me tell you the problem with America right now. It's the same problem throughout history. The problem with America right now is they who run things. All they want is money. All they want is power. They all have small penises, even Hillary. She's swinging something. They're the ones who start the wars. They're the one who crash the economy. We never have anything to do with that. It's always they. And who are they? Well, in America's history, they are always old, ancient, silver-haired white men. A lot of them are Draculas. And they all have that thing. I call it the Sith Lord flap. Paul Ryan's got a little one. Obama had one, he just combed it back cool. He made it look good. Mitch McConnell. I don't want to make much fun of Mitch McConnell because I loved his work as the Pelican in Finding Nemo. Awesome. That's who they are. And what they did this year, I've never seen it this bad. They convinced everybody in America it was us versus them. Democrats versus Republicans. Republicans versus Democrats. We couldn't get along. In fact, everybody in this room right now has an opinion about someone who doesn't agree with them politically. Am I right? Hell yeah. Every conservative in this room is a four-wheel truck driving, sister screwing redneck, and every liberal eats kale salad at the butt of his boyfriend. Am I right? Yeah. Drizzled in raspberry balsamic. Come on! That's what we think about each other. It's crazy. Same country, same people too. If I asked you liberals to get up here and do an impression of a conservative, you guys would lose your minds. Oh my God, let me do it. I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it. Don't make me laugh, Marsha. I got this. Okay. Stop it. All right, my impression of a conservative. Well, I went to the Walmart and I got me a 7 gun, then headed down to plant a bomb at the abortion clinic. Then I went way downtown and kicked a young black fella in the testiculars. Yep. Now I'm going out to a KKK rally at a Ted Nugent concert where I'm going to shoot me an endangered species. You think? If I asked you conservatives to get up here and do an impression of a liberal, you guys have beat each other's ass to get on this thing. Shut up, Bobby, I'm doing it. Because I'm better at it than you. Go ahead, get up. All right, here's my impression of a liberal. Was that round one? What the hell just happened? My impression of a liberal, here we go. I'll tell you when it's okay to laugh. All right, liberal. Here we go. Oh my God, you won't believe what happened. I was at my job helping the lesbian manatees, and somebody used the word Oriental, and I lost my shit. I went down to the ACLU and I filed a hate crime, goddammit. And I was so upset on the way home, I adopted a petting zoo. I actually have a llama that's a rescue. Now I'm on my way downtown because inside I'm really a woman and I am transitioning. And I will use any damn bathroom I want, and I will molest children like I work for the U.S. Olympic Committee. Really. Be mad all you want, at least I'm current. I don't know anybody like that. I take that back. I know 3 people like that. 2 live in Prescott, Arizona, 1 lives in Berkeley. And I'm related to one of them. I don't know anybody like that. It's not us and them the people. It's we the people. And we forgot that. And be clear, we do not have to agree, but we have to get along or this shit burns down. Yeah! But if we could get together and show up in Washington together, red baseball hats, pink pussy hats, how you doing? Yeah, we worked our stuff out. And I gotta be honest, I love lavender organic potpourri, I ain't lying. And I don't think meat is murder anymore unless you eat people. We show up, they are fucked. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't know what to do. They'd have to have a meeting. The meeting would go like this. And then after that meeting, they would do what they always do when we go after they. They would invent a new them. Over there. Always a brown them, have you noticed? Oh yeah, Iraq, brown them. Vietnam, brown them. We're all worried about the brown them of Mexico coming across the border right now. Yeah, it's all brown them, man. We're all scared to death of a North Korean, Asian, weird haircutted, weird little fat guy, them. Anybody here really afraid of North Korea? Because I gotta be honest, I can throw a frisbee farther than North Korea can launch a missile. With a ton more accuracy. That's why Japan was mad. They didn't care about a nuke. They don't know what was gonna happen. They was like, he don't know where it's gonna go. Gotta worry about the brown them in Syria. Syria's got chemical weapons. Syria has always had chemical weapons. And they've been at war with a bunch of people they can't beat with Russia's help, and the guys they're fighting are attacking them driving Toyota pickup trucks. Give me 2 boys from Tennessee and 1 tank. We will jack up some Toyota pickup trucks. Yeah, but that's the way they do it. That's the way they keep we separate, talking about the them, you know? And also the brown them always hates our white Jesus. Remember that? Oh, they hate Christianity. Oh, the brown them hates Christianity. They hate the white Jesus. And I have to say this. White Jesus in the Middle East, in the desert? Really? Is Santa Claus also a telepathic unicorn? Because had Jesus shown up at that time, this color, they would have killed him a lot faster. The Bible would have been a pamphlet. It would have looked like a Bed Bath & Beyond coupon. I don't know. Handing out Bibles. Says I get 20% off my immortal soul. That's pretty good. I'm going to put that in the drawer. It's going to April AD. So don't buy it, because this whole thing that's going on right now with our government is going to get weirder. Stay we. Don't let they distract you with the them. And one more thing. Do not tell they we talked about this. I may disappear. Or they will turn me into a them, and then I'll be in Russia with Edward Snowden going, you got any 3s? Weird time. Poorly educated got pissed during the election. They kept saying that in the news. The poorly educated are voting big for Trump. The poorly educated love Trump. They're voting for the roof for Trump. The poorly educated think Trump is amazing. And you can say what you want about Trump, like him or hate him. You have to admit, this man has no filter and the biggest balls of anybody we put in that office. Yeah. So did Hitler. Don't clap. I got a lot of friends that got big balls, and I don't invite them over to parties at my house anymore because the cops follow. Trump had the balls to get on stage in front of thousands of people after that poll came out, and he said, I love the poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. And the poorly educated were like, he loves us. And he made fun of us in the same sentence. I think he did, I ain't sure. I'm poorly educated. I gotta be honest with you, I don't love the poorly educated. They're dumb as shit. And they have never helped, not one time. Nothing cool was ever invented by a dumbass. Never happened. They've never cured a disease. They didn't fix your car better. They didn't fix your phone. You know, when the poorly educated do build something, it always falls over and crushes the meth lab. Every time. The poorly educated can suck my left nut. Thank you very much. And why can I talk smack about the poorly educated? Because I am one of them. I am the poorly educated lizard king. I'm not making that up. I'm not making that up. I did not graduate high school. I was let go. I was laid off from my senior year. I showed up and they went, we filled your position. I said, but I'm not done. Oh, yes, you are. And I'm not making that up. California public schools at that time were so bad. It didn't matter what grades you got. They just kept herding you through the system. It was like, moo! Moo! Couldn't spell moo, but I was moving on. I'm not making this up. And I'm not stupid, obviously, but I'm uneducated, you know? I was just smart enough to know I was a raging idiot. I'm not making this up. My last report card of my 8th grade year, I got 4 Fs and a D. And I was like, D! And I went to my teachers. I guess I'll be back next year. They went, no, you're a 9th grader now. 9 is a number after 8. So I had to get smart after school because I wanted to be a comedian. And just to be clear, this is the only job I am qualified to do. And I've already pissed some of you off doing it tonight. But as a comedian, you have to know what you're talking about. You can't just make stuff up. You can't be like, Abe Lincoln was the best Cambodian president we ever had, you know? Remember the Kimchi Wars at 1312 when we signed the Declaration of Codependence? That was insane. You just look like a dumbass. So to be good at comedy, so I was accurate, I started studying after school. I did. I went back and I studied, history and science and math. I haven't written a whole lot of math jokes. And when I did, the exponent was wrong. And that's the only math joke I have ever written. And I don't understand it. So now when I want to write comedy about something, I have to study it really hard. And I've been studying the alt-right for a while now, the alternative right. They said Trump got helped by the alt-right. The alternative right helped Trump. If you don't know what the alt-right is, best definition I can give you is it rhymes with all white. Let's leave it there. And thank God. Thank God somebody is finally standing up for the oppressed white man in America. We have had that boot heel of oppression on our necks for how long, gentlemen? My God, we haven't committed genocide on the brown people in a coon's age, am I right? Let the white guilt flow, Whitey, come on. Yeah, amazing to me. 240 years of white presidents, we had one black guy and Whitey had a stroke. 43 white guys, one black guy, and white people are like, no more black guys, no more black guys, no. Why? I'll tell you why. The NBA and golf, right there, that's why, right there. And those sisters took over tennis, and North Korea's got ping pong. All we got left is white guys, and you throw that thing on the ice, and you sweep in front of it. That's all we got. That's all we got. Look like idiots. And a woman president? Are you out of your... No, I don't care if she's most qualified we ever had. Emails, Benghazi, Bill Clinton's deplorable penis. Yeah, we didn't want a vagina in the White House, so we voted for the other side of the taint. Good joke. Good joke. I know, even the Trump people got to be like, all right. That's a good joke. That's a really good joke. Let me tell you how good that joke actually is.